Welcome back to ATVN. 8 former Trojans will take the field once again this week at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis. USC is tied with Utah for the most representatives in the Pac-12 this year. And headlining for USC at the Combine are these two, Juju Smith-Schuster and Adoree Jackson. Jackson won the Thorpe Award last year as the nation's top defensive back. Look for him to turn some heads this week with his exceptional athletic ability. And while Smith-Schuster, on the other hand, did not have quite the showing in his junior season, the receiver did notch 3,092 yards and 29 career touchdowns. And at 6'9", 344 pounds, big man Zach Banner right over there will have to convince scouts to take a chance on his size. But his experience as a captain and All-American should serve him well. Rounding out the rest of the Trojan line this week are Chad Wheeler, Damian Mama, and Stevie Tuikolovatu. All three have the NFL frame scouts will be looking for and could represent solid backup options. Now, wide receiver Darius Rogers will also make a Combine appearance. With good size and strong hands, the Combine should help his stock. And finally, we have running back Justin Davis. Now, after a career plagued by injury at USC, he will be overshadowed by others entering the draft this year, including Leonard Fournette and Deonta Foreman, who had more impressive career stats. The Combine will kick off tomorrow morning. And the USC men's swimming team is already on its way to the Pac-12 championships. The team is coming into the meet ranked at number 13 in the nation and is 2 years removed from their last conference title. We spoke to senior Ridge Altman about how the team has been preparing.
There's definitely all the physical aspects that we do to prepare ourselves, tapering and all that kind of stuff coming into the championship season. But I think it mostly comes down to the mental aspect. I think we're definitely in a good place. A lot of good energy and a lot of excitement at the same time.
Now, the USC men's basketball team is trying to swipe up some wins at home this week when they take on the Washington schools after being swept in the desert this past weekend. Now, with that in mind, I'm now joined by sports correspondent Aaron Glazer to play a little game I like to call Swipe Left or Swipe Right. All right, so getting started, Washington is headlined by standout guard Markelle Fultz, who is projected to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft. So my statement for you, number one, will he score 20 or more points against the Trojans this week? You gonna swipe left? You gonna swipe right?
Kristen, with Markelle Fultz, I gotta say, we're gonna swipe right. Markelle Fultz is averaging 23 points per game and scored exactly 20 during his last time against the Trojans, a bit ironically there. He's a dynamic scorer who can drive through the paint and really be a force at all ends of the court. With his draft stock only rising, he's just been playing off the charts. I really see 20 points happening.
All right, so too good of a player, gonna score 20. All right, moving on to the second one here. We're gonna go back. Oops, wrong way, sorry. We're gonna head back to the front screen. All right, my second statement, they're approaching the Pac-12 tournament. USC is still fighting for a spot in the upper half of the conference. Right now, it looks like they could be the 5 or 6 seed. So, Aaron, USC earns the top 5, USC earns the 5 spot. Swipe left or swipe right?
Kristen, unfortunately for the Trojans, I'm going to have to say to swipe left on this one. The losses to both Arizona and ASU this past week put the Trojans' record at 8-8, and Utah is in the 5 seed at 9-7. So Utah would have to lose its last 2 games while USC wins out because the Utes own that tiebreaker. So for the Trojans, it looks like they will have a bit of a tougher path.
All right, so swiping left for sure on that one. We're going to head back. All right, my last one for you. On to the question that many Trojan fans are wondering about. With the NCAA tournament fast approaching, will the Trojans claim a spot? Swipe left, swipe right.
Fortunately for Trojans fans right here, I'm swiping right. The Trojans have got quality wins over SMU and UCLA. They've held reasonable ground in the Pac-12, and they should do decently well in the Pac-12 tournament. So I'd say that's enough for a trip to the big dance. But keep in mind that once they get to the big dance, they'll probably be around a 10 or 11 seed, which means a very tough first-round game.
All right, swiping left, they'll have to face the Washington schools. Thanks for playing tonight, guys. Back to you.